And they are here.
Just wonderful.
What a real treat. We've had some big stars on this show.
But not as big as moi.
No.
But no one as big as you guys. So it really is a great honour for us to have you here.
I am
Digging.
so unbelievably excited. And Miss Piggy, I just adore you. Have done for a very long time. There's a little piece of me that has always felt like we were maybe separated at birth at some point.
Really?
Yes. So,
Yeah, I don't think so.
We've got a split screen actually. Let's compare the two of you. Look,
we're wearing the same dress.
Yes.
What do you think? Do you approve?
You know what? I'll just say I like the one on the left.
What about you, Kermit?
More.
Well, I'm going to keep my dogs out of this race, as we say. Yes. Best if I don't comment on that.
Well, let's do this.
Let's
I've
talk
got
about
a
the
lot to
movie.
learn.
Safer.
Yeah.
The movie is definitely safer to talk about.
Yes, it is.
For sure.
It is. Yes, of course.
This is the story of two brothers, Walter and Gary.
That's right. That's right.
And it's an intriguing thing that happens in a family sometimes because you've got Walter who's always felt different.
Yeah.
And is a massive fan of the Muppets.
Right.
And his brother Gary.
Right.
And would you explain the difference between the two of them?
Well, I would say that that Walter is the ultimate Muppet fan, and he's always wanted to meet the Muppets, and he's looking for kind of his place to fit into the world. Right.
Is he indeed a Muppet himself?
Well, by the end of the film, perhaps. That's sort of the whole point. He's trying to find his family of choice.
Yeah.
And he and his brother Gary played by Jason Segel.
Yes.
You might notice the resemblance. That's why we cast Jason. And they come to Los Angeles and they try to help us save our studio.
Enough about these other people. Let's
I know.
talk about moi's role in the movie.
This role,
let's do it.
You were born to play this role.
Yes, I am playing myself
That's right. That's right.
in the movie.
The story of the film is that we've been apart for many, many years, and that's true, and that we actually haven't done a big movie for years. So we get the whole gang back together. We find Fozzie Bear with what he's doing. He's playing like in a down sort of terrible club. Piggy, for instance, plays a Vogue editor in
Yes,
France.
I'm very successful.
Of course.
Without the Muppets.
Yeah,
Very successful. I'm not really sure why I come back to tell the truth.
And is it true that there is a rumour that... are you OK there?
Almost had a wardrobe malfunction here.
Gracious.
Good grief.
Is it true that there's talk of bringing the Muppets back, the actual show, the TV show?
Oh.
Well, I've been talking about it for a long while.
We have been, yes.
Yeah.
You know, I think that if this movie does as well as we'd like and people want to see us, sure, we'll probably do more movies. And, it's nothing official, nothing official. But it's all this hush-hush Hollywood talk,
I'll make it official.
And what about...
Okay, it's official.
You can do that.
Go on. What about songs? Do you have some songs to sing in the new film? I mean,
Sure. I'm very fortunate because I get to reintroduce Rainbow Connection to the world, to a whole new
And I
group
get
of
to
fans.
help him.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I sing a nice duet with Miss Piggy.
Yeah. And what about you, Piggy? What
Well,
about...
aside from that song,
Yeah.
I also have a solo that I sing
Wow.
with Amy Adams.
Wait, but you sing a solo with someone else? That's called a duet.
Not in this case.
Whatever.
We ought to meet your director. So let's have another clip, and
Okay.
then we'll meet the director.
Okay, sure.
So we're joined now by the director of the movie, James Bobin, and welcome.
Good morning.
James. Now you were a fan of the Muppets right from your childhood days.
I was. I grew up here in Hampshire, and I grew up watching Muppet Show. So I watched the show from a very early age. I remember it being sort of 4 years old in my grandmother's house on a small sort of sofa, watching the TV really close, like you do when you're a kid.
Yeah.
And these guys were just part of my childhood. And I remember watching the show and thinking...
He doesn't look like a director.
I remember watching the show and thinking, this is my 4-year-old brain on TV. There's like colourful explosions and jokes and songs, and I loved it. And so, obviously, having a chance to work with these guys, I just jumped at it.
So what are they like to work with?
Yeah.
Well, they're here.
He can only tell you so much.
They're amazing. I mean,
people, be honest now,
people always say to you, never work with your heroes, but I'm here to say you should always work with your heroes, because I loved it. I had a fantastic
Can there
time.
be trouble? Are there any egos sometimes?
They have their moments, but obviously as a director, my main job is being a diplomat. So,
Of course.
no, but that's the same with all that.
His main job as a director is to take direction.
Yes, of course.
And no one would argue with that.
And did you have your own? Obviously, you had your own trailer, Miss Piggy. So
yes,
so
yes.
you would. Do you have
That's
riders?
where
on
I
your
shot all my
contract?
scenes.
Yeah,
Things that you want-
Actually, in the trailer,
It was a
I made
double
them
wide.
come to me.
Yeah.
Really?
And, yes, and we brought in a green screen, and so it looked like I was there with all the rest.
Well, green screen must be a problem for you, Kermit.
Yeah, I tried it once, but I got a part in a ping pong ball commercial. Some of this.
Yes.
What's the for you? What do you think is the enduring appeal?
Well,
I'm sorry.
It's James.
for me, it's
so you're
because
asking-
I think they are the perennial underdogs, and you always want to, root for them because, and I'll say this very quietly.
Yes, I'm listening. Quietly.
None of them are very good at what they do.
Are
Gonzo
you?
isn't
You're
very
telling
good.
me? Not a one.
Yeah, present company excluded. Yes, yes.
Present
wasn't
companies
talking about
obviously,
me, I know
obviously.
that.
But Fozzie can't tell jokes very well.
Right.
Gonzo's not a very good stuntman. But they really try hard.
Yeah.
It's such a lovely thing that you want to see that people just trying to do their best, and that is a very simple message and a very good message for kids and adults. So.
Yeah.
You could try to comb your hair a little bit.
I'm sorry. Vicky.
I know it's early in the morning,
but you were quite in there quite a long
you're
time.
sharing- you're
I only
sharing
had a couple of
with me.
minutes because you were there for 3 hours this morning.
And
so.
right.
your children must love the fact
They do.
that you're,
his
acquaintances
kids are
with
so
the
cute.
Muppets.
They are wonderful.
My daughter is 4, and she
Yeah.
used to come to set and
Yeah.
meet Kermit, and she still thinks now, to this day, that in my office I'm at one desk and Kermit is at the next desk, and that's what she's
Working on future projects.
Exactly, yeah, we're working on new
Yeah.
things, yeah, exactly. So
Well,
that's lovely.
We wish you the very best of luck with this one. It's
Thank
out
you.
on Friday, which is your
My birthday.
Birthday treat. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
What a treat to have you here. Thank you all very much.
Thank
My absolute
you.
pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah, big
Oh, I
stars,
love
big
that.
stars.
Fabulous,
So let's
aren't
with
we?
another